What's up everyone, this is Tony with JRNYcrypto. Today's video is going to be my top altcoin picks for September list. I'm also going to go over the profits I made from my August picks as well. So before we get started, please like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, hit the bell if you do want to be notified when I make new crypto videos. Also comment below what are your top altcoin picks for September and why are you so bullish? So here's my list of top altcoin picks for September. Some pretty good picks here. I'm going to go into detail on why each of these cryptocurrencies is on my list for September. All have major events coming up in September. Before I go over that, I do want to go over my August picks and show you guys how much profit each of these picks made. So what I've been doing with each of these monthly videos now, I put how many coins you could buy with $1,000 on the day of the video, and then on the day of the next video in a month, I'll put how much profit you would have made if you invested $1,000. So overall, the August altcoin picks are in pretty good profit here. So you do have to consider that this is only $1,000 invested into each of these that I'm giving you guys an example of. I don't actually invest $1,000 into each of these myself. I just use this as an example. Some of these I don't even invest into, and some I invest into heavily. So you do have to consider these profits are based on a $1,000 investment, just 1 month of investing. So when you consider that $200 profit on $1,000 invested is 20%, and that's actually really good profit in just 1 month. So we do have 3 altcoins in the red here, but you do have to consider some of these were actually in pretty good profit at some time during the month and then dumped off. So for example, one ledger OLT was actually up 2x just 2 weeks ago. Now the mainnet just launched, and I do think people are selling the mainnet. Similar Cardano, they had their mainnet launch at the beginning of August, and then people were dumping. So some other coins here did have really good profit, like TrustSwap actually did the best here, $2,100 profit on a $1,000 investment. So if you bought TrustSwap on August 1st when I made my video, and then you're selling today, even though it's not at the peak today, you would still have made $2,100 profit, cashing out a total of $3,100. So just insane amount of profit in just 1 month. Swap actually peaked out around 150, I believe, as well. So if you did sell at that peak, this profit would have been much higher. So Sparkpoint SRK didn't have too much profit for the month of August, but actually around mid-August, it did have around a 2x peak, but is now finding a new support level. Still in profit if you bought on August 1st and sold today on September 1st. This is a month after Sparkpoint doing massive gains as well. It was actually the top gainer on my July list. So I do think it was just consolidating in the month of August, but I do think September is actually the biggest month yet for Sparkpoint. They're launching their first DeFi and staking product, which is going to be liquidity staking. This is actually like a 2-time staking. So you're going to be providing liquidity on Uniswap. And by doing this, you're not only earning fees from Uniswap itself, but you're also going to be paid from Sparkpoint through staking. So it's kind of like a double staking feature where you're going to get paid out twice for the coins that you're staking, which I really like that. And it also helps the project by providing liquidity on Uniswap, which is quickly becoming the biggest exchange in the crypto space. So I definitely think liquidity staking is something unique that not many projects are doing. There's only 2 other projects I've heard of doing this, one of them being PAMP Network. So definitely I think that's going to be huge for Sparkpoint. Also their second buyback in Coinburn. So Swipe SXP actually had huge profits in the month of August as well. It peaked at a price of around $5. I ended up selling around $4.20, and I just bought back in around $2.60. So this is a long-term hold for me, but they do have a lot of major events happening as well. Their mainnet staking launched in August, which is why the price peaked at around $5. So if you did buy on August 1st and sold today, you would have still had a huge profit of around 58% on your $1,000 investment. Just massive percent return on investment. If you sold at $5, you would have been over 100%. So Qtum did pretty good as well, launching their mainnet. TrustSwap did the best, peaking at a price of around $1.50, now hovering around 90 cents. So pretty good profits overall, especially if you sold at the peaks for most of these altcoins. I think some of these September picks are going to be doing even better. My top picks out of this list are going to be Unitrade, Sparkpoint SRK, and Cardano. I am pretty bullish on Swipe still as well, but I do think that's going to have to cool off for a little bit, although they do have some new stuff launching as well. Unitrade is going to be launching at the end of September with their platform. that's building off of Uniswap and has some extremely unique features that I'm going to be going over in this video. Definitely a great hold as well. It's paying dividends and having huge coin burns. So as long as Unitrade launches on their date, like they stated at the end of September, I definitely think this is going to be pumping huge in the month of September. Just today, pumping huge already. We saw it get close to the price of 140, now hovering around $1.20 again. This was just around 70 cents just yesterday or 2 days ago. So I have been dollar cost averaging my buys into trade over the past couple weeks. And luckily this morning I stocked up on more around 75 cents before it did peak, going all the way up to $1.40. I think this is only getting started as well, especially since it's going to be leading up to their platform launch. And that's when they're going to start doing coin burns and paying dividends in Ethereum. So definitely one of my top picks. Sparkpoint SRK has their first launch of their first DeFi and staking product, liquidity staking. So Sparkpoint also has their monthly roadmap coming for September, which could have some huge events on it as well. This will probably announce the date of the buyback and burn for the Sparkpoint SRK tokens and the date for the launch of the official staking and DeFi product, as well as some other stuff. They are applying for a bank license as well to do cross-border payments, as well as add fiat currency to their mobile wallet. So definitely some huge things to come for Sparkpoint. I think some pretty big stuff is going to be launching this month. Coin burns are always huge as well. Cardano has some huge things coming, 6 major events I'm going to go over. Swipe, Blockstack actually has mainnet launch and some other huge events as well. This is one I'm not invested in yet, but I will definitely be looking more into this. So a total of 6 projects here, with some major events coming up in the month of September. Keep in mind, these are only my top altcoin picks based on events that are coming up within that month. So I also buy and hold other altcoins outside of this list that I do for each month that I'm more bullish on for the long term. These are just altcoins that have major events coming up within that month that make these cryptocurrencies bullish and make them very likely to go up a lot leading up to whatever major event they have coming. As we've seen in the past couple months, most of these coins are in huge profit month after month. And this is buying only $1,000 worth. If you see here, if you put $10,000 into swap on September 1st and sold it today, this would have been $21,000 profit, cashing out $31,000 of profit in just 1 month. Just insane how you could turn 10 grand into 30 grand like that. So each month we've had some coins that have given profits like this. I definitely think September, some of these have some massive potential, and I think a few of these we're going to be seeing doing huge profits like that. So I'm going to go into more detail on these cryptocurrencies now and go over the major events as well and go into more detail on why I'm so bullish on these. So starting off with the Unitrade, I think this project has massive potential with what it's doing, especially if you look at the features they have on their website and what they have planned. So this is going to be adding some unique features to the Uniswap style swap site that I think is definitely needed. So you're going to be able to automate your trades, schedule buy and sells, liquidity management, charts and analytics, live order books for swap sites I think is massive. Also some reasons to hold the coin I think that they added that are really good here. So what is the Unitrade token used for? Small fee is collected. Development funds, 10% of fees are stored for future development. Trade buyback, this is really interesting. 60% of fees buy Unitrade directly from Trade ETH Uniswap liquidity pool and burns them. So every day 60% of that those fees they earn, they're going to go to Uniswap, buy their trade tokens back with that money, and then instantly burn them day after day. That's really going to add up the more volume this swap site gets as well. Trade rewards, the remaining 30% of the fees in ETH are rewarded to trade holders daily. So you're getting paid dividends in Ethereum, not even in the trade token. I think that's an awesome feature. So definitely more reason to hold more and more trade tokens. So this makes the trade token a deflationary token, which I really like in cryptocurrencies because the cryptocurrency total supply is decreasing in time while the demand for the token is increasing with time. Is just a formula to make massive profits on these cryptos. So I also like it's paid in dividends with Ethereum. That's a unique feature. So if this swap is able to do anywhere close to the type of volume that Uniswap is doing, they're going to be burning millions of coins right off the bat. So this article recently, trading volume on Ethereum-based DEX, Uniswap beats Coinbase Pro. For the first time ever, more money is being traded on decentralized exchange Uniswap than on Coinbase Pro. Uniswap now being the biggest decentralized exchange swap site there is. And we're seeing dozens of new swap style websites being created with new features. So I do think these swap sites are going to be the future of cryptocurrency. We're definitely seeing centralized exchanges starting to panic and add more and more cryptocurrencies and listing them, which I think is a good thing as well. These projects shouldn't be having to pay millions of dollars for exchange listings when they should be using that money on project development. So I definitely think that's a good thing that these swap sites are becoming the main thing in crypto. So the buybacks and burns for Unitrade can actually be really huge. And to give you guys an example of how big they could be, let's say they only get 10% of the trading volume of Uniswap right off the bat. So 10%, let's say around $500 million Uniswap trading volume, that's $50 million volume per day for Unitrade. And their current rate of 0.3% trading fee. So let's take $50 million and take 0.3% of that, which is going to give us $150,000 they make in fees per day. Now let's take the 60% that they would burn out of this. So they would be buying $90,000 worth of trade off the exchanges per day and burning those tokens instantly. I think if they do get massive trading volume like this and they're this successful, this is going to make the price of trade explode very quickly. Adding this much of buybacks and burns per day is just huge. So let's say they do this for the first month of 30 days. They're buying back $2.7 million of trade tokens off of Uniswap and burning these tokens. That's going to take more and more tokens out of circulation. At the same time, demand is going to be spiking because the exchange is growing and people are trying to accumulate as well. So you can also get discounts for trading fees if you do hold a certain amount of trade here as well, which gives more utility to the token, more reason to hold the trade token. So if you hold 25,000 trade or more, you're going to be discounted 0.1%, which would leave your total fee at 0.2%. So I definitely see huge potential with this, especially people really like the buybacks and burns, and then the dividends paid in Ethereum is huge as well. People are definitely accumulating for this, and I definitely think that shows leading up to the end of September, I definitely see the price of this trade token going up more and more. We saw the sushi token today go up about 10x, just insane. So it is coming down now. It was over $10, now it's $7.80. Just a couple days ago, this was at $1 around August 29th. Just insane how high this has gone. This is another swap site that Binance just listed as well. So if Binance listed Sushi Swap, I definitely see them listing trade token as well, which I think can definitely help the price move up. So we'll see what plays out during the month. On CoinMarketCap, 2 events here, September 11th, Unitrade app developer beta, and then they have the Unitrade platform launch on September 30th. Hopefully all goes well and they're able to launch on this date. If not, I definitely see a dump happening if they announce a delay. But overall, I think a lot of people are going to be accumulating and holding this token just because of the benefits of holding the token. So next up is going to be Blockstack STX, currently around 24 cents. At a $136 million market cap. So this price actually has been coming down the past couple days. It did peak around 30 cents. So this does have some major events coming up here on CoinMarketCap, 6 major events, and they do have mainnet launch on September 30th or earlier. So the only notable event I see here is the mainnet launch end of September. I don't know too much about this project either, so I definitely recommend doing your own research before buying in. I'll definitely be researching more before I buy into STX. If you do want to buy in, it is available at Binance though. I do appreciate if you use the Binance links in the video description if you do want to sign up. It does help out my channel. So next up is Sparkpoint SRK. I'm very bullish on SRK for the month of September with everything they have coming. Probably most bullish on SRK next to Unitrade. And I definitely think Sparkpoint definitely has a much more transparent team than Unitrade, as well as many more products launched and just a lot more going for the project. There's just a lot more hype behind the trade project right now. So we don't even know if trade is going to launch on time. So in my opinion, SRK is a much safer bet, but I'm definitely invested in both just to diversify. So coming up is liquidity staking launch, the Spark DeFi launch, partnerships, that banking license they're applying for, the launch of the Spark Learn platform, So I actually launched my first cryptocurrency course here as well, which is called Cryptocurrency 101 Buy, Sell, and Trade for Beginners. If you guys know anyone new to the cryptocurrency space, I would appreciate you send them this course. It's 100% free, 15 video course for beginners on how to start buying, selling, and trading. A great intro to cryptocurrency, and will definitely give them a head start in the crypto space and understand what they're doing. Also, a major wallet update here as well, integrating Uniswap into the wallet, which should be announced in the upcoming couple days. Also, they have monthly roadmaps, which Sparkpoint's the only project I know that has monthly roadmaps, always having major announcements on each roadmap as well. So the September monthly roadmap should be coming here in the next couple days with some big announcements on it, including the second coin burn. So something else huge for Sparkpoint, in my opinion, is that they're growing their team every single month. 2 months ago, they hired a marketing specialist. Last month, they hired 3 developers. This month, they just hired 2 senior marketing specialists. So that's a total of 6 new employees over the last couple months, which pretty much doubles their team size, which is huge over the last couple months. Now they're looking into DeFi and expanding and creating more mobile game products as well. So a much more transparent team than some of these other projects that already have higher market cap in just the last few weeks. A lot of projects are launching right now just based on hype and have no transparent team. They don't have any working products yet. It's basically all hype and a pipe dream. Sparkpoint actually has working products, and they have a roadmap going to the end of 2021. So I definitely see this project doing well in the long term. Even in the short term, some major things coming up with DeFi and staking. Definitely a lot of people could be buying leading up to these major events. So I'm most bullish on this list on Sparkpoint and Unitrade. Definitely 2 projects I think are going to do very good in the month of September. I also think Cardano could be having some recovery soon as well. We did have some dip after the mainnet launch in August. It did go down to around 10 cents now, starting to recover. And I do think with the recent announcement that they're going to be doing a huge marketing push, also that they're really focused on getting smart contracts launched now as well. Smart contracts is going to be the big thing for Cardano. It's going to give them hundreds of new partnerships very quickly. So I think once that's launched, the spotlight is really going to be on Cardano. I do think a Coinbase listing is coming sometime in Q4 as well, since they did announce that Coinbase custody, being able to stake ADA from Coinbase. So lots of major events coming for Cardano. It's definitely a huge end of year hold for me, as well as long term. Sparkpoint as well. But for the month of September, I'm most bullish on Trade, Cardano, Sparkpoint, and Swipe. Some other major events coming up as well that I'm sure I missed. So please comment below if I did miss any altcoins, and I'll definitely check those out as well. So I also did a major update on Cardano on my channel as well. If you do want to learn more about why I'm so bullish on Cardano ADA for September and end of year, I definitely recommend checking this video out. So that's it for today's video. I hope you guys found it useful. Please share and comment below what are your thoughts on my list, as well as what coins are you most bullish on. I'm always looking for new hidden gems in the cryptocurrency space as well. I do have some major videos coming up in the upcoming days as well, so be sure to be subscribed if you do want to get notified when I do release those. So thank you guys so much for watching the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.